We're back on the field where it all began almost 50 years ago, where pioneers and giants created the possibility of a whole new world. We're back to celebrate their achievements, and we're back to challenge the world to join us in a more hopeful and inclusive future.
In the summer of 1968, while the world was at war, the Special Olympics movement was born in Chicago. 1,000 athletes from 26 states and Canada competed in track and swimming at Soldier Field. Special Olympics was born, a movement that would grow to touch the hearts of millions around the world. Over time, Special Olympics gained momentum and would arise in over 172 countries. Celebrities lent their voices in support. Families came out in droves. Fans in the stands cheered louder than ever before. And people, young and old, with intellectual disabilities demonstrated that they belonged, they could succeed, and they mattered.
I'm Tim Shriver, and I have the great honor of being the chair of the International Special Olympics Movement's Board of Directors. And it's one of the greatest honors for me to be able to reach out to all of you who have invested in our movement, who have believed in our movement, who have shared your time and treasure with our movement, to say thank you. Here we are about to celebrate 50 years of game-changing action around the world, 50 years of the smiles and opportunities and joys and pride and families that would never have been possible were it not for you, who believed in our athletes enough to give for their opportunities, who believed in our families enough to share your hopes and dreams with them, who believed in our vision enough to weigh in your communities and with your support around the world to say, we believe in a more inclusive world. We believe in a world where every person gets the chance to play, yes, to live, yes, and to be counted, yes, as a person of dignity and opportunity and value in their families, in their communities, and in their countries. We're here at Soldier Field to celebrate 50 years, none of which would have been possible were it not for the generosity of the donors of the Special Olympics movement. So to each of you, I say, thank you to the donors of Special Olympics. Do you remember the first time you were here at Soldier Field?
Yeah, I was doing the 4A relay, the softball throw, and the 50-yard dash.
A lot of people would say that if you were an athlete at the first Special Olympics Games in Soldier Field, you're a pioneer for people all over the world.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It makes me feel like being a Davy Crockett or a Daniel Boone. You know, those were pioneers. Me and my other friends that were in on this first Special Olympics.
And together, you guys all changed the world.
Yeah, we all changed the world of Special Olympics.
Now today we celebrate not just the past, but the future. And it's my great honor to launch the 50th anniversary campaign, the Inclusion Revolution. We want to imagine $100 million in the Special Olympics movement that will ensure our future for generations to come. No longer dependent on one day to the next, but building a financial base that will be our legacy to the future, a Special Olympics movement capable of growing. Leadership, inclusion, sport, and health. These are the pillars of the 50th anniversary campaign. What do they add up to? An end of discrimination, an end to isolation, an end to the grinding stigma that crushes lives, and also a beginning for community where all are welcome, a beginning for the possibility that every person's gift is valued, a beginning for a world more committed to joy and welcome than it is to fear and walls. And to all those who believe in a more welcoming and inclusive world, in whatever way you can, be a part of the Inclusion Revolution, be a part of the Special Olympics revolution of the next 50 years.
2018 will mark 50 years since the birth of the movement, and we are headed back to Chicago where it all began. Our dreams for the next 50 years are bold, urgent, and hopeful. We're creating a call for people all over the world to join together in a celebration of inclusion, of justice, of joy, and most of all, unity. As our steady drumbeat becomes a thunderous roar for inclusion, we need you now more than ever before. The time is now to demand that we are human first. The time is now.